Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Yay, there we go. Okay. Let me. All right. All right. So the issue I've been having is trying to get this filtering, which works for these, but I've anticipated a problem because I want to do it by tech type as well. And some of these will overlap, and I need them to. It needs to be. The logic needs to be a little bit more complex than it is right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a array at the top. And right now it just checks if the box is checked, and it sets visible to true. Otherwise, if owner type is equal to owner, right, so if the checkbox is checked, And let's see, so then if checkbox is checked, then what I want to do is going to be an if statement in here. If filter R I have to look up index of array prototype index of index of owner is not equal to -1. So if it's not in that array, or if it is in that array, then I want to remove it from that array. Let's see. There are a couple different ways to remove things from an array. Let's see. Splice looks like it might be a way to do it. All right. Does it actually change the contents of an array? Yes, it does. So it doesn't return a new array. It is a destructive method, which is fine for our purposes. Let's see. Let me see this. So, splice is going to be filter R splice. I want to start the splice at filter R index of owner, and I want to delete one element. Groovy. And then I want to change the logic here. Oh, man, I need some sleep. Let's see. Right now it's checking if the feature, if the owner type is equal to the parameter passed. Which works for this, but that's not the only thing that I want it to check. So I wanted to see if it's got to check two different things. If feature get property owner type is that wrong. If index of feature property owner type, it's going to be filter r index of. So it's checking to see if the owner type of this specific feature is inside the array. And if it is inside the array, we want it to... Oh, this sets it to true, so we want it not inside the array. Or if filter r index of feature get property what did I call that property? I'll have to go check. Simple renewable technology. All right, so for to give it the feature you pass to this, it checks to see if either the owner type or simple renewable technology is in the array, and if either is, no, that's not going to work. So both of these have to be true in order for it to be visible, because if one of them is in the array, then we want it to filter. All right. For the next one, we can log that out. I can comment that out. For the next one, I want to check if filter r index of owner is greater than -1. So if that is in the array, then filter r. No, that's not what I want either. All right, let's think about this. So I think that might still be the same logic. So this is the checkbox has not been checked. So we want it to filter this. So it checks to see if it's not in the array. And if it's not in the array, it will have a value other than -1. If it has a value other than -1, then confusing myself a little bit here. If it's greater than -1, that means it's not yet in the, that it is in the array. So we wouldn't need to take any action. If it is so if it is equal to -1, that means it's not in the array and we want it to be in the array. So filter R push owner. Groovy. Okay. And then if feature property owner type if filter R index of feature get property owner type is not equal to -1. Which so if the feature's owner type is in the array, or this one we do want to be, or filter R index of feature get property simple renewable analogy. So it checks to see if either of these is in the array. And if it is, then it sets it to invisible. Okay. I'm going to have this at the end of this else statement. I'm going to have it console log filter R, just so that I have something going on to help me out here. Let's see. All right, let's test it. Oh, well, first it would help if I started the HTTP server. There we go. Okay, empty cache and hard reload. Okay, great. Filters. What? It works? Okay. All right. Great. Okay, so this works, and that's great. I basically need to do it all again for the other category that I'm filtering by. But there is a programming principle called DRY, do not repeat yourself. And I think this would require me to basically copy paste a lot of code, which means it's not a good solution. So let's have a think then about how we would make this a little bit more agnostic with regard to what property I'm filtering by, or what property is being edited. So right now this is called filter owner, and it takes an argument that it expects to be the owner. But what I can do is I can give it two properties instead. I can have it have it can take a property and it can take a value. So the owner right now is Val. 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 Okay, so that shouldn't have changed anything. All right, so what do I do with the property in that case? And what do I call this? I'll call this filter. Filter by prop. The ID has the same as the value. So prop is, oh, comment this. Jesus, I'm confusing myself way too much. Let's see. See if anybody's talking at me, and nobody is, so I can continue. In this case, owner type or simple old technology. property being filtered and the value to filter by. I actually don't. Oh, okay. So for right now, I don't think I actually need to filter by property. Because I'm specifically calling out both properties. But if I were doing this a different way, if I were making this project more modular, which I do intend to do in the future, then what I would have to do is implement logic such that it does take the property to filter by, and if the then I guess I would use that, probably define those properties at the top of the page with the variables, just so that I know what to populate the so that I know what to populate the top of the filtering functions with, filtering menu with, not functions. If I were generating that automatically, which in this case I'm not, just because this has to get ready by Thursday. Okay. If that's the case, I will go back in here. Filter by prop. Okay, and I'll add the on-click events to all of this as well. Smeg, this is going to be a little bit tougher. All right, I've run into another problem. And the problem that I'm running into is the above function only works because the ID, the value that I pass here, they're the same thing. But that only works because in my data, in the GeoJSON that I'm working with, it's guaranteed to be one single word. Whereas this is not guaranteed to be one single word. So, oh boy. Okay. I know where I'm going wrong. First of all, first of all, I'm just gonna quickly make sure that the changes I just did aren't gonna break anything. Okay. I'm gonna rename this filters to visible, because that's what's happening here. Great. So all right. This is going to break here because it's defining the checkbox by its ID, which is identical to the value that I pass to this function. So that only works for this one because it's all guaranteed to be one word. But for these, it can be a couple of words. And that is 1 to 3 words, and that means it's going to break down. Really, I think the honest solution here is probably to use the data attribute instead of the ID to find these things, but or I could do kind of a hackier solution. Yeah, okay. All right. What is this actually called? Combined heat and power. Generation, great. Heat pump, which is all just capitalized as it should be. Oh boy, this is like irresponsible coding here, but it's gonna work. So if it's stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid. This is gonna be photovoltaics. This one is going to be battery. Okay. Oh, every time. Every time. Oh. Yeah, that's me back. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I'm thinking about doing right now is adding some functionality to that. Is keeping this as it is, where it will search based on ID, but somebody's saying something. Aha. All right then. Let's see. Right, so it takes this and I use a combination of split and join to turn this into that. Okay. So I'm going to do this as well for NHS. Private. And commercial. So what does this need to do? This needs, save this. ID equal reformat val using ID conventions, store it in variable ID for use in this function. Great. So ID is going to equal to first it's going to be val. It's just going to be identical to it. And then ID is equal to val to lowercase. And then it's going to be split. There's a space. And that's going to be join the hyphens. And then I'm going to console log ID. And then it's going to be get element by ID. Oh, okay. And then let's try that. To lowercase is not a function. Pretty sure it is Bell, but I probably messed up the syntax somehow. Let's look it up then. To lowercase in JavaScript. Gotcha. Okay. The C in case is capitalized for this. So let's try that again. Let's MDcation hard reload. It's working. NHS is working. Private. Let's try adding everything here. So let's filter out the energy from waste. Oh my god, it's working. Let's filter out CHP projects. It is a CHP project. Let's filter out the one trigeneration, heat pump, landfill gas. So let's filter out projects that are both balls. Alright, so this is a project that is alright, well, that is kind of working how I want it to work. So it's filtering out voltaics and NHS and council. And removing one leaves the other bit intact. So that's great. Fantastic. Okay. So that worked, and that's great. But let me, fix the comment here to make it more accurate to what it actually does. So filter by prop. Adds the val passed to filter are defined above. Hey, Cully Welly. There you go, bud. Some cat strokes. Alright, so filter by prop adds the value passed to filter are defined above. Adds or removes. The val passed as an argument to filter are defined above. If filter R contains the val, it is rendered invisible on the map. Great. So that works. Like I said, in the future, after I present this on Thursday, I'm going to want this to be a function instead of just an OR statement. it to be a function because I want the ability to add different stuff to filter by. My intention is eventually to this menu here, I want to be able to pass all kinds of categories to it and then have it be populated automatically instead of defined literally as I have done inside the inside the HTML document as I've done. So I still got this. Yeah, I still have. So I'm gonna get rid of that key press filter that I had to test because that's dumb. Yep, that's gone now. No longer required. There's an actual filter. Great. Okay. Let me check my plan, and I'll see what I had left to do on this project. So I can tick that off. Filter is working. Hey, Gully Wully. You here to help or you here to get in the way? Probably get in the way. Because that's what you do, bud. Okay. Alright, I've only got 10 minutes left in the stream, so I don't know if I want to dive too hard into this. But let me look at my data set, and I'll just see at the bottom. Okay. And we will work on getting these real numbers in. So let's see. I actually don't want to do that on stream because it's got my API key in full view. Oh, well. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. I suppose what I can actually do is change this. Yeah, hi, cat. Hey, kitty. How's it going? So electric is going to be event feature get property. Oh, Cully. Nobody wants to hear that. The property that is going to get is capacity, megawatt, electric. Kitty. Kitty. No. Don't sit on the keyboard, bud. Don't do it. And then let's see. This one's going to be event feature get property. Capacity, megawatt, heat. And I'll just copy paste that. Great. Carbon. What did I call that? I called that calc carbon reduction. Kitty, what's going on, bud? fine. Copy. Oh no, cat. Get off my keyboard while I'm programming. All right. Let's see if that has fixed that. Kinda is the answer to that. And I know exactly what the problem is. It is not parse inting it. Okay. Parse int. Cat, come on, bud. I'm trying to work. Parse int JavaScript. Great. Let me just look up the syntax for that. Yeah. Okay. Put this in parens. Ditch the. Oh my god, get your butt out my face. Okay. I can at least see if that's working. Because this cat is not letting me do nothing. Okay. I don't know where the double percentage signs are coming from though. Let me. Data point is this? New school PFI Energy Center. New school PFI Energy Center has. Okay. Well, poop. Alright, that's a problem with the data set. So I will reload that. I'll find one that does have calculations. So that's still giving me the percent. That's no longer messing up my... Alright. this. Interesting. Why is it doing that? Oh, I see. I can delete these. That will essentially do the same thing. Okay. Now what I need to do is go through my data, and where it's null, I need to put 0. So that's going to be a fair bit of busy work that I'm not going to do on stream. But progress was made today, and that's nice. I'm going to log off now, so catch you guys later. All one of you who are watching, have a good day. Hope you do anyway.